Hey y'all, so welcome back to my channel. My name is Hailey, if you don't know. And today I'm going to be sharing with y'all art products that I love and art products that I will never buy again. This is for my beginner artists or people that just want to paint for fun. I'm going to give y'all the tea on what y'all should buy and what y'all shouldn't buy. Don't even waste your coins. The world. Let's get into the video. We're going to start with acrylic paints. I think I'm only going to talk about acrylic paint in this video. It's what I've been using for the past 5 years, except for like a couple of months now I've been using oil paint, but I'm going to give y'all the lowdown on acrylic paint. Okay, so we're going to start with a paint that I do not like, that I will never buy again, and it's Craft Smart paint. I'm gonna show y'all what it look like, but let's first talk about the consistency. It's super watery. I don't like that, but it might be good for you if you like to work in layers, but you might want to buy like a blow dryer or something like that to help it dry faster. But honestly, I don't like it. It's super affordable though. They come in like a variety pack, but the colors are mainly like either bright or like pastel colors. Like they don't have anything for like skin tones unless you buy the individual ones, which shouldn't be that expensive because it's a bottle paint. I'm about to show y'all what it look like. So this is the paint. Okay, you can get this from Michael's. It's super affordable. I just don't like the wateriness of it. When you use it, you have to make sure you shake it, because if you don't, it's gonna come out like how it would if you squeeze ketchup without shaking it. Like it, I don't like that. I don't like it. I would never buy this again. Bottle paint that I actually do like, and I started using this when I first started painting, is from Walmart. The brand is Apple Barrel. The little tube paints are like 50 cents, and then like the bigger ones, I think they're like $1. But keep in mind, this was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, so the prices may be different, but they're still affordable compared to the squeezy paint that I'm gonna show y'all later. That paint is super good. The pigments are good. They have a variety of colors, but most of the time they don't have a lot of stuff in stock, so you have to get some stuff off Amazon. That's what I used to do to get the colors that I wanted. It's cheap, it's affordable, it's thick. The only downfall about it is the longer that it sits, the lumpier it gets. If you're gonna use that, just make sure you don't let it sit for too long, because then you're gonna have to replace it. This is the small version of it. Yeah, I love it. And then this is the bigger version, the bigger tubes that they have. But honestly, in my opinion, this is one of the best, cheaper bottle paints, in my opinion. I would buy those again as a beginner. The next paint is a brand from Michael's as well. It's called Deco Art. And honestly, I like this brand because it has a variety of colors, especially like different shades of browns. And one of my about Albert paintings, I was started using this brand because I didn't know how to mix my own skin tones yet. If you need different colors for skin tones, you can buy this version of the paint. And honestly, this version is cheap too. 10 out of 10 would recommend. That one and Apple Barrel are the cheaper paints that I would recommend. A product that I actually love, is my favorite acrylic paint out of all the paints that I done bought. So once I got on to this, I haven't bought a bottle paint ever again, and that is Liquitex. I'm gonna show y'all it. This paint is so freaking good. The consistency, the pigment, it's super thick, it's super creamy. You don't have to use a lot of paint for this. They do have a bigger size. Hold on, let me show it to y'all. They have a bigger size. They're still cheap, not gonna lie. Even though those are like $5 a piece, like the smaller ones are like $5 a piece, and those might be 10, but it's honestly worth the price. And once you start using that brand of paint, honestly, you probably would never buy another bottle paint ever again. You probably want to switch all of your stuff to that. Now, another acrylic paint brand that I have or had tried was Windsor and Newton, and I only tried two colors, but the smell of them was too intense for me, and I just never bought it again. So I really can't say if I loved or hated it. I don't think I really liked the consistency of it too. I think it was rather thin. It wasn't thick how I like my paint to be. So I really wouldn't recommend that, but give it a try and let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so we're gonna get into varnishes, and the varnish is something that you put on after you get done painting. Okay, if you want to put a matte finish, a gloss finish, you'll buy a varnish. And one that I do not like, that I will never buy again, and the only reason why I have this is because my Michaels did not have the one that I actually used, the one that I actually like. It's a Liquitex brand. It's crazy because I like Liquitex. They have good products. Like, I like them, but their varnish I don't like. Y'all see how milky this is? Like, it's so milky. There's nothing wrong with it, but for me, I just can't see when like I apply it, it just comes out so white that I can't tell what's getting covered, and I always miss spots. Like, I never get like a good coating. I don't know if that's just me, but I don't like it. The brand that I do like is Gambling. I'm gonna put it on the screen. But Gambling, that's the one that I recommend. It comes out clear for one. Whether you get the matte or the gloss finish, it comes out clear, so you would know exactly where the varnish is going. If you covered everything completely. So yeah, I would recommend that one. 10 out of 10. That's the one that always get my money on. As far as brushes, a brush I do recommend for applying a varnish is a sponge brush. Okay, mine are mad old, they're mad dirty, but these are like 50 cents a piece from Michaels. And I recommend these because when I used to use my regular brushes, like the little the brush hairs would get on the canvas, and I would have to like use my finger to like get it off. But when I started using the sponge brushes, it was just easier to work with. I didn't have to worry about the hairs from the brush getting stuck or coming off. And that might be because I use cheap brushes, which is another thing I'm going to get into. Me, I'm not really picky about my brushes. I'll just buy like the variety pack that they sell at Michaels. They do have like the individual ones, but honestly, I would only buy those if I was working on something huge. Another product that I do recommend, and that is a 10 out of 10, and that I will always buy, I will always have this, always have it. It's a workable fixative. So if you like me and you sketch out your canvas with a pencil and then you put a wash on top of it, 9 times out of 10 that pencil drawing smudges. It doesn't matter how lightly you put on your wash, it's gonna smear. I don't care what nobody say. But when you spray your canvas with that, and you can use this for oil paint too if you're gonna paint with oil paint, but you spray that on there and it freezes it, so when you put on the wash, it doesn't move. 10 out of 10 will recommend. Keep that in your art studio. I promise. I promise. You're gonna love it. So y'all see me talk about this in one of my art vlogs, but this is something that I clean my brushes with. 10 out of 10 would recommend the pink soap. I wish they had this in a bigger bottle, which I'm pretty sure they do. That soap is so freaking good. And like I said, it works for acrylic, it works for oil paint. If you're a lazy artist like me who don't like washing their brushes after they paint and they get hard, you use that and they feel brand spanking new. It might take a couple of washes to get it running clear. It definitely gets the job done. It gets the job done. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Now, I'm going to talk about canvases, and honestly, there's not really much I can say, but for beginners, I recommend you either getting some cheap ones, especially if you're on a budget. You can get some little ones from Walmart, or you can go to Michael's and buy like a variety pack, and they come in like maybe like 4, maybe 5 for like $12, but they come in different sizes. You can get a black canvas if you want to work on a black canvas, a regular canvas. Another product that I do love, 10 out of 10, I wouldn't buy it again because I don't need to buy it again, but I will always have this in my studio, and that's a blow dryer. Get you a blow dryer, okay? I have a mini one. I probably spent like $20 on this. As you can see, I definitely use it. You can use a blow dryer to speed up the process. Because I remember at one point I was trying to use the ceiling fan to dry my canvases. So another product I would recommend, even though it's not really an art supply, but they do sell them at the art store, is a spray bottle. Get you a spray bottle. Make sure it has a mist though, not just a spritz or whatever the other setting is, because you don't really need the direct contact. You just need a little poof of water. But yeah, definitely buy that. Another thing is a medium that you can use. I would definitely buy this again. I keep it in my studio, even though my studio is in the corner of my room, but it's something that I keep. This is a slow drying medium. If you use oil paint, you want a fast drying medium sometimes if you're trying to work fast. But with acrylic, you want a slow drying medium because it dries so freaking fast. Like, you can be painting, next thing you know, your paint done dried up. So if you mix this with the acrylic, it'll slow it down a little bit. Plus, if you use water, you'll be good. Both of those are good tools that you need. Now, as far as gessos, y'all been hearing me say something about gesso. I'm really not picky when it comes to gesso because honestly, you're just using it as a base, basically, just to prime your canvas. But the brand that I really do love is Liquitex. I'll put it on the screen. But Liquitex is super thick. They have like a artist loft version, which it's the one that I have, but I got this one because I was on a budget. But that's the same thing. This is just a little waterier. But honestly, I don't really mind it being watery because I apply a lot of layers when I just on my canvas. For me, the thinner it is, the better because you can apply more layers. I hope that this video was informative. I hope that you learned something. Let me know the products that you love and products that you hate. Recommend some products for other artists in the comments. You feel me? Stay tuned to my next video. Yeah, we're working on this painting currently. So subscribe to see the finished product. Period. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Special right here, baby.